The Commodores' bats explode tonight in a 10-5 victory over the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. The first time this season the Commodores have defeated Hyannis here at home. Welcome into Closing the Door. Matt Levine with my broadcast partner, David Hadar. And tonight, let's get right into it with that offense. 10 runs on 11 hits. 4 innings this team put up multiple runs tonight. It seemed like everything was working.
You kind of summed it up right there. Not much more for me to say. But Falmouth, after a tough night last night in Chatham, only 1 run in that ball game, only 6 hits for the Falmouth team. Tonight looked like a completely different team. It looked like that Falmouth team that had won 4 in a row and got back to its winning ways tonight here at the Gov. The bats were active early. They scored 3 runs in the second, and from there it was really off and running against this Hyannis team. Coming into tonight, the Commodores had really struggled here at home against the Harbor Hawks up to this point on the year. 3 total runs scored here at the Gov against Hyannis, and Falmouth was hitting just below 150 here at home. I mean, that's a mind-boggling number. Not only to be hitting 150 against any team, but especially to be doing it here at home. But tonight, the Commodores able to write a different script in the narrative of this season and pick up that win here at home, which I think is very important for them because it's easy after a loss like last night and on a team that you had struggled against here at home this summer to have some doubts coming into tonight. But the Commodores erase those doubts early. They stay in second place in the Western Division, and they start a potential new win streak.
Well, this team really has started to click at the right time. We said it towards the middle of the season when they started to win some games in a row that might have been the time to click, but now really is. There's 7 games left after tonight's game, and it's going to be a race to the finish, but the Commodores still hold that 2 spot. The thing about tonight, though, a couple of different guys extending their hitting streaks and staying hot at the plate, which is so big for a time like right now as we head into the rest of the next week for the final regular season games.
Anthony Hall as well as Jace Borfman each extending their hitting streaks. So kudos to them. Kudos to Anthony DeFabia, who continues to power our post-game shows with new life and new energy. And power all around to the Falmouth bats.
So that offense continues to be really prolific, at least tonight. It's getting back to that. And like you said, maybe starting a new win streak, but Taylor Smith in the middle of the order where he was probably batting in the lower half most of the season, lower third of the order most of the season. Over the last month or so, as that bench has pretty much depleted to just 1 extra hitter for this team, we've seen him either behind the dish or as the DH. Tonight, the DH, and all he has to do is focus on hitting, and he did a pretty good job at that.
I said it early on in the broadcast. He hasn't connected on too many hits this summer, but when he does, they're often loud hits. And his first hit tonight, it was a home run, and he picked up his 5th home run of the year, and he continued to add a spark to this Falmouth offense tonight. So he's a guy who was in a similar spot 2 years ago. He played here in Falmouth and was one of the only returners that this Commodores team had from prior seasons. Comes back here this year a little slow early on. It took him a few games to finally get that first hit, but ever since then he's slowly been continuing to work, and not only his bat, but he's also a really good defensive catcher that this Falmouth team has. Really strong arm behind the plate, doesn't allow too many pitches past him, and that's led to him being a continued guy in the lineup on a daily basis. You'd said it, they don't have many guys off the bench at this point, really just 1. The team's hoping to get a few more before the season comes to an end, but at the bare minimum, he's producing when his name is called upon, and that is such an important component for these guys to have because, you never know what the game's going to throw at you. So to be able, to play every day for this Falmouth team and to produce in the lineup and just continue to add that spark to this team is such an important trait.
And he had the opportunity to not only interview you, but then you had the opportunity to interview him tonight. So we'll take a look at both of those videos now.
Hello, Commodore fans. This is Taylor Smith, and I'm with
David Hadar.
And we'd like to ask David what he thought of the game and Intern Appreciation Day.
It was an awesome night. It was great to have the recognition on the field pregame, have you guys watching us down, giving us some nice claps and standing ovations and everything. And then how about that first pitch from Tommy Muma, our beat writer? I mean, all day we had been hyping him up for it. He puts a pitch that was almost down the middle. So all in all, a great night.
Yeah. Well, we would like to thank all of our interns for all the awesome help they've given us all season, and then looking forward to a great ending of the season. So thank everyone.
Joined now by Taylor Smith out of Texas A&M. Taylor, tonight you go 2 for 4 at the plate. You launch your 5th home run of the season, and you help out in a big way as the Commodores take down the Harbor Hawks by a final of 10-5. What was working for you at the plate and with that success tonight?
Had a rough patch, had a little slump. Oh my God!
First ever ice bath?
That was cold. That one was really cold. I was in a little slump and had to get in the cages with Mike Landry and a couple other teammates before the games, and had to find a comfortable spot hitting, and so. It felt great. I mean, I'm freezing right now, so.
All right, well, we'll try and do our best to make this real quick. But following up on that, this Falmouth team over the last few games has only had one bench player. And as a team that's competing for the playoffs down the stretch, normally you see, some maybe more fluctuating of guys, but just one option off the bench these last few days for you guys. What has that been like playing with that and just kind of knowing that you're going to be playing every day in the lineup?
Nobody's scared at all. I mean, we all know that we have 9 guys to play, and everyone wants to play shortstop. Everyone wants to pitch. Everyone wants to catch. So, I mean, I think it's a great atmosphere. Everyone wants to go out and play hard. So, I mean, it's fun. It's awesome.
And lastly for you tonight, Falmouth last night ended a 4-game winning streak, but tonight you get back into the win column. What does that just say about the resiliency from this team to, after a tough night last night, come back tonight, have a really good offensive performance here at the Gov, and then try and carry that into the future?
Yeah, a loss doesn't affect us. I mean, obviously it hurts, but next day we're back on the field, same energy, and we're coming out and playing hard like usual. So.
Cool. Well, thanks for the time, Taylor. Falmouth wins it tonight by a final of 10-5, as that'll wrap things up here at the Gov. For myself and Matt Levine, we're closing the door here, and we'll be back at home tomorrow night against Harwich and hopefully a little more dry. But until then, catch you guys tomorrow night.